Hi, welcome back to this YouTube channel and my eBay sellers account, GB Hatchery. Today I'm going to unbox this hot melt glue gun I got in the mail, and this is from hotmelt.com. And this is the Infinity Bond Mojo. So this is a light industrial glue gun. I got an awesome deal on it. It was only $20, normally $29. And I needed a really good glue gun for doing packaging, like gluing boxes. I might put a couple dabs right there. Or if you end up assembling two boxes into one box, a person needs maybe staples, but immediately it's the hot glue really helps to just get things going right off rip so that you can do other things. You could almost use staples after hot gluing a portion because it grabs quick. I've used Gorilla Glue before, and it was very convenient, but it takes an hour. So this is going to be used to make an immediate bond. Within a couple minutes, it should cool off enough to hold. It says high temp, 3-minute heat up, energy efficient, super durable, 200 watt rated. Now that's what this video is all about. When you plug in an HB220, from what I've read, people are getting 200 watts. I wish I had one here, but they're between $100 and $150. And the HB220, it looks similar to this, but I think it's a little bit bigger. But this is a 200 watt heater. I don't think it's adjustable. The HB220 that a lot of people are going to compare this with is adjustable, and it's 220 watts. So this being 200 watts and non-adjustable, I believe this is just medium temp glue, like normal temp. They have high temp glue that gets really hard. Now the glue they sent, it's pretty pliable still. So this isn't your granny's glue gun. The Infinity Bond Mojo provides 200 watts of pure glue gun power in a lightweight package. Did we mention the comfortable handle and 3 trigger finger? Use the Mojo glue gun for product assembly, home repairs, or when you want to get serious about crafting. Go find your Mojo. So the HB220, which is not this gun, has been used a lot in the flooring industry. So when they do tack strip, a lot of times they'll go around and just do it with glue, and it'll set enough that they can kick it in. They probably maybe use screws as well, but you know, you could have 2 people. I don't know. I don't do flooring, so I couldn't really tell you exactly, but I do know that it's used in flooring and also in a lot of other industries. And people love it. They like that one. So here's the Mojo. This one was $20. The other one I'm talking about is $100 to $150. I didn't want to spend $150, to be honest with you. I was looking, I saw 20 for 200 watts. Now, if it's 200 watts, there's a lot of them on eBay and Amazon that are tested, and they say 200 watts or 150, and they're actually only 50 watts. When people test them with a watt meter, which I have here, 123 volts, I can go amps, I can go watts, and we can see what we're really getting. I should get 200 watts when I plug it in. Real quick before I do that, they do include the silicone cover, so it's supposed to have a stand. Let's see where that stand is. I'm not seeing the stand. No, the stand is right here. So they give you the stand. Now the HB220, it has a nice stand, and it kind of comes out and down, and a lot of people compliment it on that for that reason. But honestly, that's excellent for the money. There better be some features for that price. But this one, it's okay. Like, I don't even know if I put that on right. Like, I should be reading the instructions if I'm doing a video. But I'm just going to do this on the fly. And really, what we want to know is what the wattage is. There we go. That's what I want to know. So it kind of clicks out. And technically that works, even with a stick of glue. Best ever? Maybe not. Best value? That's what I want to see. That's what we're testing today. So I have a heat gun here. Check my hand. Let's see about that. It's saying 94, 92, 97. So I'm thinking it's accurate. That's Fahrenheit. And without further ado, I just think we should plug this in and see what kind of wattage I get, because that's really what this video is all about. Now, I like the pad because this is what I'll probably do. I'll probably set it on the pad like that because it would just be a lot faster. You got it. You do some box work, you throw it back like this, and then it'll peel off here and everything's good. So the Mojo, let's see about it. Say it, don't spray it, right? Here we go. So there's usually like parts inside, like a thermistor or something. And I think a lot of the ones that are rated for a higher wattage, they end up acting similarly after the first 5 minutes. Because I think this could be 200 watts. But see, that was right out of the box and cold, and I'm at 125 watts. So maybe in sub-zero weather in Alaska, it would go up to 200. I don't know. I don't know what the internal parts are called, but I've heard things called thermistors and some of the other ones. And I think that it might have to do with having something to do with having something in the chamber that needs to be warmed up. Because the faster you pump the glue. Okay, now I got pressure there. That's glue going into the chamber. I'm not making excuses for it here at all. It looked like 125 watts peak, but once they're up to temp, they can't stay 200 watts or they'll melt down. They don't need 200 watts to stay warm. It's kind of like a gas motor. You floor it until you're up to speed, and then you let off. So these ones that are saying 200 watts, they might have performance similar to one. It can stay warm, similar to how a 200 watt one would. It's sized similarly, but it might take 5 minutes to warm up rather than 2. So I saw 125 watts out of that there, which is a little bit disheartening, but I expected it somewhat, honestly, for the money, $20. And if it's already coming down off of that wattage because it's already hot enough, it really comes down to, am I going to be able to cool that chamber down with so much glue? Am I going to work so fast that it needs 200 watts to keep up? So I'm going to test that next. I'm going to get some cardboard out, and we're going to get this going and see if I need 200 watts. Can I push a couple sticks through, and can it keep up? So the tip's getting warm, I can feel it. But I'm not getting a reading that says so. It's kind of a small area. Well, I smell things going on. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and open this pad. It's kind of like getting a mouse pad with a mouse, except it's a glue pad here. But it was $20 and the shipping was like $8 or something. It wasn't real bad. And I actually opted to get glue somewhere else. As soon as I bought it, they sent me a coupon for glue. They said, well, why don't you get some glue too? And I had the glue in the cart, but I sell on eBay, so I like to shop on eBay, and someone had this on eBay and it was cheaper. And I'm not really going for super high quality. I just wanted anything. This is full-size, multi-temp, AdTech. That's another brand that makes smaller guns like this. Well, it's not smaller, it's actually bigger. This, as far as industrial goes, they're smaller. But as for home use, they're like enormous. Okay, so just to measure real quick. It's like 7 inches. 7 inches. I can feel some heat now. Little trigger here is, you know, 2.5, 3 inches. If you have really big fingers, that's a 2 finger. So yeah, the Infinity Bond Mojo is getting up to temp. Okay, so now we have glue, and that stuff is warm. No, it's 258 degrees right now. So I probably should have tested it sooner to see how fast that could come out, but it's been a couple 3-4 minutes. I guess if you're really worried about it and you need it to come out as fast as possible as soon as you plug it in, there might be some other options on the market. But I think once out, it was at about 50 watts. Under 50 watts, I think it was up to temp, and we would have gave us glue. The Mojo would have had some glue for us. That might not have been completely up to temp yet, but you know, if that first strip of tack strip or that first whatever you're doing. See, now it's at 220 degrees still. So I was thinking about doing this video, and wouldn't it be nice to do super scientific work here and have a timer on everything? But honestly, just having something to go on other than the product video from the manufacturer. It's settling down into 25 watts. Probably will settle down into 20. Now I'm curious what will happen if I just pump a bunch of glue. Will it hold up? Will it keep up? So let's find out. Okay, so that just stopped. I'm going to put, I don't want to ruin my mat here. That's where I do my listings on eBay. In fact, just a quick reminder, I do sell on eBay, GB Hatchery. I'll leave a link in the description. And this hot glue gun can be found at hotmelt.com. It was on sale for me for $20. It's the Infinity Bond Mojo. So that is some hot glue. They call it hot glue for a reason. Now it says the spec is 380 degrees. And I believe this is the same material that they use on the back of solar panels to encapsulate the cells, because it's very waterproof, and they can suck it down, and it'll be a little bit warm, and then I think it's good for manufacturing and also for permeability. This stuff is not permeable as far as water goes. So we got a little soup going on here. It's been there for a while. And it's starting to get a little firm. It's sticky now. When it first came out, you could see it was just soup. Get a good 40 seconds of, this one's still kind of sticky. That was the first one. Wonder how hot that is. So this is like regular temp though. You can get high temp that, this is like 120. It's amazing that it's sticky yet. I don't know how accurate this is. This is saying that's still at 200 degrees. It's pretty sticky. So the high temp is better because it takes a lot of heat to get it to become liquid, and then it takes a lot of heat to ruin it. So if you leave it out in a hot car or something, it's probably a lot less likely to just let go. So the mat is cool. Ah, geez. Yeah, that's warm. There we go. So we're not going to hot glue the Starship or anything, but for the parts that make it, maybe they would crate it and use some hot glue. So we got a brand new pad again. So it's still pretty sticky, but you got to think these are pretty malleable even when they're in their solid state, so that's not scientific at all, but it's still a little bit warm. All right, so let's get some more sticks out and see if it can keep up. Got some 10-inch sticks. I only paid like $21 shipped on eBay. It's a new seller. They didn't leave me any tracking. I didn't know it was coming or not. And then all of a sudden, 6 days later, it shows up. And it's the best deal on hot glue I've ever had. So this stuff is even more malleable. Like, this is gummy, like, in a way that's not even funny. But like I said, I'm just doing packaging, and I'm just going for adhesion between two surfaces. So the test now is, will the wattage hold up? We're at 20 watts, settled into 20 watts. Not really getting a reading on the tip, but when I shoot the glue, it seems to be about 250 to 300 degrees. This thing, I think it needs more than just a point. The side of the gun's 180 degrees, 190 right here. It doesn't really burn you, but you can definitely feel it. I think if you held on to it after a while, it would really start to hurt. But all right. So this is a full 10-inch stick. We're at 20 watts. Trying to keep the shine off. All right. 20 watts, full stick, 10-inch stick. I gotta get past that first little bump there. Now it just got hard. It was going through like easy, and now it's like kind of hard. Now you can see it's working for it. So this might be why people use a really high wattage gun with a temperature control. All right. So I'm up to 50 watts now. This glue right here is 300 degrees. And this glue right here is 260 degrees. If we're getting a good puddle. Let's give it the benefit of the doubt and get a good puddle going here. So now it started coming out fast there, but now it's slowing down. It's possible that it has to do with it being a different kind of glue. So it's getting a little bit tougher to have it come out there. It's still 260 degrees. It may be the glue that I've purchased. It might just need to melt it. It might take a second to melt it, and that's just the way it goes. And if you don't like that, you get the industrial one that shoots a little puddle pool for you, and they're only $1,000. So we're down to 200 and I don't know how fair this is with this gun. I'm going to call that 260. That's down to 200. This one's between, it's about 220. You can see the color difference here. So what I'll do is I'll wait until this is down to 20 watts again, and then I'll start again with this stick and see if it shoots out like that stuff did. That was the stuff they included. That was the included hot glue. It's possible that that has a really low melting point. And this is rated for, it just says multi-purpose, multi-temp. This stuff is multi-temp. So we're playing with physics here, and the cost of it was more important to me, because to be honest with you, when I do a box, about to here is all I need, probably. It would be nice to have it go all the way across and maybe start struggling down here, but I don't know. You might paint yourself into a corner if you had that kind of power. So we'll see. It's getting close to 20 watts. We'll give it a second. All right, so now we're down to 17 watts. It's actually been about 5 minutes. It took about 3 or 4 minutes to get down, but I had to make some adjustments on my phone. So we're at 17 now. I'm going to start, see how this goes. Get it past that little ridge. Okay, so it's coming out real easy right now. Now it just got hard. You get about 4 squirts where it's pre-melted. Now it needs to melt, and it's slow. It'll do it, but you can feel the resistance. It wants to think about it. So you get about 4 good squeezes, and that's it. Now I haven't used a lot of other high-end guns. I've seen videos of some that will just spray this stuff, and they take the big pellets or the gravel. There's like hot glue pellets you can buy. But I mean, it's still working. Like, I can still work. Is it the best flow ever where it just comes out like soup? No. But that's what you get. I'm back to 50 watts. So if you're looking at the Mojo, I hope this video helped you. Just did the video real quick just to show what a $20 gun can do. Also to let you know about my eBay store, GB Hatchery. So I'm not the tool here. Hope you enjoyed the video. Other than that, I hope you're safe and healthy, and I will see you in the next video.